Uh, Piwuna, Nyakit, Janet, coming live from 1950 South Shepherd here in El Reno, Oklahoma. Stongo.
Don't go. It's Jay.
Alitos, yo. Madawika. Ansti Hunterish. Buena. Kunumante. Kunumante. Which other ones did we leave? Kikadoos. 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 Well, it's Terry Tuesday around here. Uh, we all keep a shirt like this and we wait on Terry to wear his so we can all, we're all baby Terrys today. So I don't know how this happened, but him and Darian showed up at the same place on the same day and made eye contact as they both went to go grab the same shirt and said, every Tuesday, we're going to wear this shirt. So here we are, for some reason, Darian didn't feel comfortable enough getting on here as baby Terry. So, yeah. So we've decided as a department that we're all gonna go get these shirts and keep them in the office. And when Terry wears his, we all can just throw them on. So, yeah, Old Paris Flea Market. I mean, hey, Terry's got some style though. I mean, I can dig it. I can dig it. uh, would you like to introduce yourself, Mr. Lindsay?
Yes, my name is Terry Lindsay. I work for Tradition Not Addiction. I'm the outreach specialist for them. I work with the students ages 14 to 24. So basically, it's the junior high and high schools. And then we also are in three colleges in the surrounding area.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay. Very important work that you do. Do you have any events that are coming up pretty soon, or even today? Huh?
Actually, we do have one today. We have two today. Mona, my other outreach specialist, she is out going to Sealing today to meet with the students there, the high school kids there. And then tonight, I will be going out to Hammond because they're having their Native American night tonight. The school got the basketball players the new N7 jerseys, so they get to wear those tonight. And then Language, Jacinda with Language has got together and got some stuff together, and they're going to have some exhibition dancing during the time there tonight. So hopefully, if you're in the Hammond area or in that area, come on out, watch the ball game. I think it starts around 6:30. Come on out and visit with us. We'll be set up out there.
Yes, sir. My nephew is the starting point guard for the Hammond Warriors, so pretty proud of him. My brother Drew's son. Good morning, Drew. Ruth Oshkinyecha. Melinda is right behind the screen over here. But I think it's very important what you and Mona do. You get out into the schools. You do a lot of great work. Prevention work. I think it's very important, and I just want to say aho. For doing what you do, Nyaki Earl. But yeah, let's see. Madu.
Hello.
Um, so what do we have? Is there anything we got going on this week? Redlands tomorrow. Yeah, we'll probably do a podcast with the princess. Thursday we're going to Swasu. A new Narcan site. Where? At Swasu? Oh, because they took out the vending machine there. I think that's huge. Huge for the Weatherford area. Yeah. So Friday is the Buffalo Day. Is that y'all's thing too?
Yeah, it's 988 is doing it, but we are partnering with them. So we're going to be doing bone and bead necklaces for the kids and I guess anybody that wants to do it. So they're going to be having some culture advisors. They're going to be having different activities, and like I said, tradition not addiction. We're going to be doing some bone and bead necklaces. So come out and make you a necklace right here. Had to put my on so I can be tradition today. But anyway, so y'all come on out and visit with us. They're possibly going to have a buffalo tour. It's still up in the air. I think it kind of depends on the buffaloes, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and I'm sure weather probably plays a
Yes.
part into that too. Um, that's probably asking a lot from to perform. 4 times in one day. I mean, but they love that cake though. I mean, that's one they'll follow you all the way to Hammond as long as you got that cake. So that's. But hopefully everything works out. Hopefully everything lines up just right for everybody. Join. That's she was at the dance. She said, I'm Joanne Black online, but I'm not gonna reveal who you are. But good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, that's her Facebook name. Well, should we go ahead and jump off into this reading? Um, I might want to take as long as I can though. I kind of the shirt is nice. It's flexible. I mean, fits around my muscles just right. I like y'all style. All right, go ahead, Mr. Lindsay.
Okay. It says today's reading is November 5th. It says you could study the ancestors, but without a deep feeling of communication with them, it would be surface learning and surface talking. Once you have gone into yourself and have learned very deeply, appreciate it, and relate to it very well, everything will come very easily. And that's from Ellen White, and she's not an MO. It says, inside every human being are our ancestors, and these ancestors still live. Today, the white man calls this DNA, but there is more than DNA. We have the ability to go inside of ourselves and learn from the ancestors. The ancestors' teachings reside in the place of the wisdom keepers, the place of stillness at the center. The ancestors are waiting for us to come there so they can share the ancient teachings. It is said, be still and know. And the prayer for today is, Great Spirit, let me walk in this stillness.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
You can go. You can go.
Okay, yes, I would love to go first. Thank you for reading that. Good morning, Leanna. Jerica? I'm wearing your husband's shirt, Jerica. He's sitting over here without his shirt on, so you might want to get on to him when he gets home.
No, he's got a vest.
Yeah, he's got a
tradition
vest.
with the vest
His taco meat's all hanging out. His 3 hairs. But thank you, Mr. Lindsay, for reading that. Where it talks about the stillness. I remember a time in my life where the worst things that I could be a part of was my own thoughts. I remember a time in my life where sitting still meant all these emotions that I was trying to run from would start hitting me. And, I didn't know how to be still. I didn't know how to sit down. I didn't understand that, I was running from my grief. I was dealing with it with drugs and alcohol. And, I really questioned my own beliefs. I really questioned, the creator. I really questioned the direction of my life. I mean, I was dealing with the loss of my son, and I let go. I let go of everything that I believed in, and I thought that I could find a way on my own, and I tried. I mean, I can honestly say I tried to do this thing on my own. And where I ended up, I mean, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. The things that I had to go through for me to learn my lesson that I just remember thinking that the only way out was, maybe suicide, maybe drinking myself to death or overdosing, or, I just thought that was the only way out because, like I said, I left all my beliefs behind and I tried to handle this thing on my own. So, I remember saying that prayer, Creator, if you're going to take me, then take me. I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of the way things are going. I was just in a pattern, and it just kept repeating itself. But what I found though was that change had to come from within. I had to be the change that I wanted in my life. Yeah, I was the problem. Yes, I was. I was the problem. But at the same time, I also was the medicine that I needed. I needed that I call it um that I was I was given a gift of desperation. I call it a gift of desperation today because at the time the creator brought me to this situation where I felt like the only way out was through death. And without changing the situation, it became the most beautiful thing in my life. Is to realize what I was taking advantage of. Is to realize, all the blessings that I had been given, all the 14 years that I had with my son, I was blessed to have those. You know, uh, I had I had been given another chance. And when I was able to finally sit down, I was able to finally meditate. I was able to finally look for a solution. I was able to sit there by myself and handle these emotions. One thing that I figured out about my emotions that is that it makes me human. To feel these types of things. It makes me realize that you know that I'm not alone in this world. Because I turned my will over to the Creator. I turned my will over to the Creator, and He hasn't led me astray yet. So, with that being said, you start to wonder about your culture. You start to wonder about the people that had to sacrifice for me to be here. My ancestors. The people that, I can't even imagine what they had to go through for me to be here. And, you know, what I, when I pray, I ask for their guidance. Whenever I pray, I ask, when we're going through ceremony, it's like you can feel them there. Whenever I'm alone, I talk to my son. Whenever whenever I get the chance and I burn cedar, I come to the office and we burn cedar all day, every day up here. That's who I talk to. Is our ancestors. I pray to my help and I ask the ancestors, to protect us. And it's crazy the where my life has gone. From where it used to be to where it is today. I mean, it's definitely a miracle. And I always try to think about my ancestors. I always try to think about how they lived. That's one of the good things about Wellbriety is that it's teaching you to get back in the perspective of where our ancestors laid the foundation down. So I've been fortunate, very fortunate to just to be here and in this moment and to think about our people that have gone on before us. You know, uh, all the way back to Moore. He was an arrow keeper. He doctored my grandma. He was my grandma's uh, grandpa. and he blew a white fish into my grandma and said she was going to live a long life. And she did. You know, she lived a very long, a very long, good life. And without that old man, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today. His name was Moore. You know, uh, they called him Cuts Grass. So I mean, those are just some of the things that come across my mind when I think about today's reading. So would you like to give your take, Mr. Lindsay?
Yes, that's very good, Barry. Kind of go back to the stillness. That's something that it can be a good thing and a bad thing. Like for your instance, you kind of when you went in your stillness, you said it was kind of bad for you, but we get caught up in hustle bustle of this world. You know, we start as a young age. I was always told, go to school, get an education, get a good job. That way you'll be able to take care of your family. But sometimes those plans don't work out. And you wonder why it didn't work out. So stuff like that. And then as you go on into your, younger, you become a young adult. You have another plan. Okay, well I'll go to plan B. I can do this. And it just seems like when your plans don't work out, you always question, why did it not work out? We have struggles, and and then as you become an adult, okay, I want this is what I'm going to do now. I got this kind of job I'm going to do, and it works out good for a while. Then you have struggles again. Seems like we always have struggles, and that's something I think that's always going to happen. Is we're always going to have struggles because the struggles make you stronger. Once you get through the struggles, it'll make you a stronger person. But I think that comes back to the stillness because sometimes we need that stillness because a lot of times we want to compare our lives with other people. We want to look at the person that's the millionaire, the billionaire, that got all this, that got the multiple cars, the big house. Here I am struggling. I can't pay rent, or I got this little bitty house. Why do I have this? Me and my kids are struggling, but but then I never want to look on the other side because there's somebody that's homeless, that doesn't have what I have. Wants what I have, that'd be happy to have what I have. So sometimes, we have to sit and go back to that stillness and just realize, be thankful for what we have. That stillness is good for us, because we go and realize, I am doing well. I am doing good. I'm taking care of my kids. My kids have what they want. So they got good health. That's probably the main concern is I want them to have good health. And I provide for them, and they got a roof over their head. They have food on the table. So I actually in the stillness, I realize, that I am doing good. So then it gives me the encouragement, to go on, to continue on, that, we're going to make it, it's going to get better. So that's kind of what I get out of the stillness part of the message today.
Well, Mado. Appreciate that, Mr. Lindsay. You know, I like every day's reading. Yesterday was pretty powerful. I felt kind of weird that me and Darian couldn't find no women to come up here and talk about like a woman's perspective. Like I felt completely out of my element. So we're thankful that Connor and Belinda's they came on, and we really appreciate just being able to you know do what y'all do. Whether you think you had something good to say or not. It's always good. It's always good to just to get on here and just have the courage to get on camera and go online and speak your mind a little bit. So I just want to say thank you to those ladies. And I feel like I talk about this all the time, is being able to sit down and get out of God's way. I alcoholic's first dilemma is his lack of power. That's an alcoholic's first dilemma, is he realized how powerless he is over certain things in his life and how easy it is to keep going back to these substances. So, one if I've learned anything is to sit down in the stillness and let God do his job. I think that's very important. Very important. Maybe it's time to let go. Time to let faith take over.
Mhm.
Time to let the Creator do what He does, and just get out of his way. Get out of his way and let him do his work because we're on his time. That's the great thing about all of this is he's going to give you something when you need it. Not when you want it. So that's a great thing. That's a great thing to me. Come to find out, because had I gotten all the prayers that I asked for, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Aunt Jessie. So, I just want to say thank you again, Mr. Lindsay. We appreciate, we like your style, you know, uh, and I guess we're gonna go ahead and jump off into these announcements. And we still haven't came up with the theme yet, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Uh, Talkspace or Talkspace Go, www.talkspace.com/CHATOR. It's online counseling. You can talk with the therapist online. You can text message. You get two FaceTime, two video chats a month, and I've heard nothing but great things about Talkspace. When it says you got to download the app, and whenever you put in your email, then it'll ask you for organization, and that's where you put restore. That's the key word, restore, and that's how you get it for free. So you can scan the QR code right there. Scan the QR code, and it'll take you right to. It makes it easier. Just scan the QR code. It's free online counseling, so take advantage. And then text TOR, TOR, to 888-580-4TOR. That's text TOR, TOR, to 888-580-4867. And shout out to Brand Logics. And then Friday will be the Buffalo Culture Day. I think they can have up to 400 students. So, they're going to provide a meal. They're going to provide education. So it's not just like something they're going to show up and, it's not a free day. They're going to be educated on some culture. They're going to be educated on some Buffalo. Um, and, our prevention team does a great job. They do a great job of connecting with kids. So hopefully, everything that they have planned works out, weather permitting, but that'll be Friday at the Respect Gym at Concho, Oklahoma. I believe it starts at 9, right?
Yes, 9 to 3.
9 to 3. So, I mean, it'll be I remember last year, I mean, I watched the kid, every single kid had a big smile on their face. So, thanks again to our prevention team. And then November 9th at the Clinton ERC, they're having a memorial dance for Tony Pawnee. If you're in the area, is that in Clinton? Clinton ERC, Saturday, November 9th. If you're in the area, we want to give a big shout out to Isaac Rhodes. He's always been a good influence for us, even though he called me out, said I had 5 wives, but told my girlfriend I had 5 wives. But all right, Isaac, I got you, brother. Yeah, that'll be Saturday. So go shake some gourds and pop some fringes with him. He's a good guy, man. I really like Isaac. Until now. Um, Powwow dance class, November 13th. My Aunt Corinne, my rugged auntie Corinne Morton. She's rugged, I know it, but she is doing, I mean, I think this is a great idea. A powwow dance class. I think they're going to have Northern and Southern, buckskin and cloth. They're going to have some male. I know Domingo's going to go dance chicken. They're going to have other, Mr. Sleeper, Kendrick Sleeper is going to get out there and show them how to do some gourd dance. And maybe a little explanation behind, why we do these things. And like we always say, the culture is the solution. So, once again, I want to give my rugged auntie Corinne She's not really reggae. I just like saying that. But you know, but yeah, I think it's a great ideal. I think that is a really great ideal. Good morning, Mary Faye. Doe, good morning, everybody. But I think it's a great ideal. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened had we had these opportunities when we were younger? Now I'm an old man, so. And then November 23rd, would you like to?
Yeah, that's going to be the Weatherford JLM's powwow. It starts at 2 and goes to about 10. Actually, I'm going to be the honored educator there for that. So come on out,
Yeah,
be with us, share with us, dance with us. The Weatherford JM program is a real good program. They have a lot of participation with their students. It was good to see them at the powwow over the weekend. Carly's the princess for the tour, Res Recovery. She always does a good job representing. And then the girls from the JIM class were there helping, selling raffles and, participating and represent the JIM. So, and I was wondering where the boys were, but then I looked out and they were all at the drums. So,
yeah,
yeah, the boys were there. I thought, okay, the boys ditched us, but no, they were at the drums. So, all the kids are participating. That's what it's all about. That's culture is prevention is what traditional addiction says. Culture is prevention. So, they're out there learning, and that's what we want them to do. We want them to learn because they won't learn it in school. They won't learn this
yeah.
culture stuff in the books. So they got to get out. They got to talk. We tell them, encourage them to talk to your elders. So come on out to the November 23rd and just have a good time with us.
Yes, at the Weatherford Middle School
Yes.
in Weatherford, Oklahoma, November 23rd. So we're gonna go back up, Mr. Lindsay. That it should be a good time. Always a good time to get out there and shake some gourds. So. And then December 7th, we're going to have the Circle of Giving in Gary, Oklahoma. It's not your traditional benefit dance. It's more of a toy drive. We're thinking about the kids that have been affected by addiction. Us, most of us being those kids. I think it's a great ideal where if you bring a $10 toy, you will be entered into a raffle for a TV or a cedar box. Both, you know, uh, $300-400 items. So I think it's completely worth it. And just bring a toy, $10 toy, and we will enter you into these raffles. So I think it's a great ideal. Great ideal. And I got to wait on my producer because his phone's ringing. So. Oh, and then this is if you know a kid that you would like to nominate to get a toy. We've already gotten a couple. Uh, it isn't just a kid that you want to have a toy. We're asking that you think about those that are going without this year. We all probably know a kid that has been affected by overdose. So, let's try to let's be kind and think about those that are going without. Where's our shirts? I told you we all gotta go get one. Okay. Here at 9250 South Shepherd on Monday nights they have the Mending Broken Hearts talking circle, which I get the most out of. It's always a great talking circle. The Mending Mondays is what we call it. Then on Tuesday nights at 721 Frisco Ave in Clinton, Oklahoma, at 7 o'clock, there is a talking circle tonight. So at the public library in Clinton, there will be a talking circle. And then we're going to have another talking circle in Weatherford coming soon. When we get the details, we will be able to put that out. But as for now, it will be coming to the Weatherford area. And then on Thursday nights here at 1950 South Shepherd at 7 o'clock, we have a talking circle, which, it's always great. It's always great, to burn some medicine and sit in a circle and let's talk about the solution. And then on Fridays, we have a 12-step meeting, which goes a little bit more in depth into the Wellbriety book and a little bit more action. where you put pen to paper. So shout out to Mr. Levi. And then Zeke the Freak. Go check out Mr. Blackout, Zachary Blackout. ZacharyBlackout.com. He has some speaking engagements coming up. November 6th, November 20th, and December 2nd. If you haven't heard his story, it's been shared nationally, and he is not afraid to get up there and talk about his struggles and how he found a way out. So, that's my nephew, and he does a great job. He also works for 988 and part of the prevention team. So, big shout out to Zeke the Freak. We all got to go to flea market, Old Paris Flea Market, and get that Terry swag. This is that Terry swag, and I don't know why Darian didn't think about nobody else. Just goes and gets him a shirt, and then it's funny because they wear them on the same days. Like, sorry, we didn't get the email. Like, okay. But we're coordinating. We don't stop right there. I got the socks too. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's a bag out, a gift bag outside our door that has the same design on it. But I want to thank Mr. Lindsay for coming on today.
No problem.
When we seen the shirts, and we was like, yeah, we got to get Terry on today. It's Terry Tuesday around here. So once again, thank you to everybody that tuned in. We appreciate it. And Council on Alcoholism and Addictions of the Finger Lakes. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for tuning in. What to vote on today? Yeah, go out and vote. That's another thing. You got to go out and vote today. I mean, regardless of who you're voting for, I could probably say the majority of our viewers probably go one way. But make sure you go out and vote today. Your vote matters, and there's a big campaign about rocking the native vote this year. So very important. So yeah, like I was saying, we appreciate her. Would you like to say anything else before we go?
No, I just want to thank y'all for inviting me up. I enjoy coming up here. I can't come up here a lot because a lot of times I'm out at outreaches, but I'm in the office today, so I enjoyed coming up here.
Definitely. Well, once again, Mr. Lindsay, we appreciate you, and we will be seeing you soon. I hope.